Yeah, continue.
Sir, you
Continue.
said you will vary capacitance, but inductance remains changed, no, sir?
Continue, continue.
But you used fixed capacitor, sir. How you vary?
Very good. How many times you have seen video?
Once, sir.
Okay, that's how it is happening. Let me explain that one. All of you listen here once again carefully. Let me explain this here. So this slide, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So one thing you keep in mind, here capacitance is not there. Practical case scenario, in place of capacitor, we are using varactor diode. And all we know that basically the diode, the junction width is there, no, it is enlarging or reducing depending on this on its biasing condition. That is acting like a the distance between the plates or junction width, what you call it is increasing or decreasing. It in turn we can think of it as a increasing or decreasing of the distance between the plates. That in turn related with the variation of the capacitance. In that light, I have explained here, varactor when it will be reverse biased, it is going to operate normally, and that's why we are getting the negative sign here. So hope we can understand with this here you can see we can better understand here. So varactor diode the biasing in ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ that is directly controlled by the amplitude variation of the modulating signal. You can see here in case 1 I have shown here. Okay. So when during positive peak of message signal, it is going to reverse bias your varactor diode. Okay. That is going to reverse bias andre ಏನು distance between the plates will be increased. Width is increasing. Okay, as the width is increasing, capacitance is decreasing. When capacitance is decreasing, because of this, you can see the equation. Frequencies is going to increase. Similarly, during negative peak of message signal, is going to forward bias your varactor diode. Means this diode. Okay. That is going to reduce the width, increase the capacitance, and decrease the frequency. This frequency. This is called resonating frequency. This is tuned by controlling the biasing condition of the varactor diode in this way. This is important. Is it clear? Who has asked? Amrut?
Yes, sir.
So inductance is not coming to picture here. So if you want, if at all, if you want to vary the inductance, so we'll have some different setup. In that case, we'll keep the C same and we'll try to vary the inductance. That's what how basically we learned from basics that Hartley oscillator is we are going to tune the resonating frequency of the Hartley oscillator. So by this tuning of this resonating frequency, which will be kept as a feedback path between the emitter and base of this transistor, is enable us to provide the FM signal. Yes, that is a very good question. Hope everybody, if we have got somebody have got the doubt, that may be clear. If you still have any doubt, we can ask here.
No, sir.
Yes. Okay. Yours is clear. If anybody want to ask, yeah. Anybody want to tell or ask anything? You can ask anything. Don't afraid. So that advanced part is different. Okay. ನೀವು ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತೀರಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತೀರಿ sometimes will be get angry. Okay. Because you can see here, no, I am sitting here for 1 hour, 1.5 hour. I am taking to you and also to third semester. We are not getting technical difficulties. Only the interest will matter. Okay, that is a different thing. So don't compare that and this. So here we all came to learn here. You can ask any question. So let me ask slide by slide here. This is a direct indirect generation here, wideband FM generation by using Armstrong method. So this one we clearly explained, discussed here in the last video. Some problems also we have taken here. Anybody want to ask any questions? So here one thing I want you to work out these mathematical equations what you are getting here. So when you're going to mix up or add or subtract, so those things are going to come here. So only when you work out these things, you will come to know what difficulties you are facing. Shall we continue if you don't want to ask anything on the previous things?
Sir.
Rohit, okay.
Sir, narrowband FM derivation, sir.
Okay. Direct method.
Derivation, sir. Narrowband FM.
This one you don't think.
No, sir, not this, sir.
This is FM generation or this is
Narrowband FM, sir, in the derivation part, sir. S of t equal to AC cos 2 pi FCT minus AC beta.
Delta one you are asking. See, this
previous slide, sir. Derivation, sir.
This one you are asking?
No, sir.
You tell me, I will roll on these slides here.
Yes, sir.
This one?
No, sir. Backs. Yes, sir. Backs.
This one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. What do you want?
Sir, you said sine of beta of sine of 2 pi FMT is negligible, no, sir, in the derivation?
Subject to these conditions we are getting.
No, sir. Here, sine beta of sine 2 pi FMT is negligible, you wrote, sir.
Yeah.
Then why did you consider below, sir? You said sine of beta of sine 2 pi FMT nearly equal to beta of sine of 2 pi FMT.
Here we consider. Yeah.
Above you said it is negligible, then how can you consider, sir?
So here you can see negligible means what is the meaning is that sine
Yes.
of very negligible value is negligible value.
Yes, sir.
For example, for your purpose, convenience to understand, if you take the sine of any very small value, you take any small value.
Yes, sir.
ಈ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು?
Yes, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು beta sin 2 pi FMT ಅದು. So what I am telling, when beta will become less, no?
Yes, sir.
Beta the value ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದಂಗೆ ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
Yes, sir.
So sin of ಅದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಅದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
Okay, sir.
That is the meaning. Yeah, here I have quoted, I think interpretation wrong ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. So okay, this you have to interpret like this.
Okay,
So
sir.
actually one of a very small value is small value ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ first. Sin ಇದೇನು
Okay, sir.
impact ಇರಲ್ಲ.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear, Rohit?
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to ask anything? So shall we continue with today's discussion or you want to ask anything? Okay. This FM stereo multiplexing already I explained in the last video session. So this one is very interesting one. Because normally this stereo and mono, such kind of two things you might have came across. Whenever you are plugging into the the microphone or going to listen with your mobile, some any recordings if you are doing, it is going to ask two options, mono or stereo. Mono means single channel, stereo means two channels you are getting. The quality is little bit enhanced there. Okay. So here, as you can see here, so in case of stereo, it is extracting two signals separately. From the left hand side, ML of t, and also from the right hand side, MR of t. So both are now combined here with the block that is known as a matrixer. So like this, they are combined here. So on one side they will be added, and on another side they got difference. Their difference we are taking. So this is a multiplexer in a transmitter of FM stereo system. So here what is happening? If you look at this equation you have to remember. I'll tell you simple tactic here, how to remember this diagram. If you simply remember this equation, no, you can easily draw this diagram. So first term you can see baseband signal we are writing here. That is the summation of left and right signals, ML of t and MR of t. Left hand message signal and right hand message signal. So here we are getting using matrixer. The summation use ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ML of t here it is coming plus MR of t here it is coming. Because we want summation, you write plus here, and that you can show below here. ML of t ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೀಬೇಕಂತೇನಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು MR of t ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೆದು ಕೆಳಗೆ ML of t ಬರೀಬಹುದು. But the further things you can see how we are going to get these things, how we are going to connect them. Now we are taking ML of t at the top and MR of t at the bottom. Second term you can see we want ML of t minus MR of t on the term base number. So that you can get in, we are getting by using the below summation. So ML of t plus minus MR of t here you are doing, this first term we are getting, that is multiplied. So that is a multiplication symbol, multiplier we are using here. Okay. Multiplied by the sub-carrier signal, that is cos of 4 pi fct. So this we multiply here with this term. The same the whole second term we are getting, that is DSB AC signal with 38 kilohertz tuning frequency. The 38 kilohertz ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂತು? So that by using frequency doubler, frequency double ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದರ original frequency ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ 19 kilohertz pilot frequency ಅಂತ. Pilot means main or original frequency. It is cos 2 pi fct ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇದು ಡಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ cos 4 pi ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇದು 2 pi ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದು 4 pi fct ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. So it is coming like this. Your second term, it is like this. It is coming. So here you are getting second term. The first term ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಸರ್. Second term ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ first you have to get this term. You are getting this. Then you need to multiply this term formed by this one matrixer multiplied by this whole thing. Cos 2 pi fct ಆಗಿ 4 pi fct ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. So here you are getting cos 4 pi fct. Output of that you are getting DSP AC signal. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮುಂದೆ here I am writing DSP AC signal. DSP AC signal ಹ್ಯಾಂಗೆ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು already we learned it. So that your answer experience you write here. Are you understanding? I am telling you the technique here, how to draw and also how to write the operation in the wordings. DSP signal ಬರ್ದಿರಂದ್ರೆ DSP signal how it got generated, that you can tell in wordings, that already we learned it. This is the whole second term how we are getting. So this already up to this the block diagram you have drawn. Next the third term is there. This simply k times cos 2 pi fct, that is a carrier signal, enhanced by the k times some sensitivity parameter is there, k times. Simply you multiply this cos 2 pi fct by k and add here. First term is coming here, second term DSP AC signal, and third term. By combining all these three terms, we are getting one message signal, that is a multiplex message signal M of t, that is known as the FM stereo multiplex signal. So here receiver is there, M of t multiplex signal containing all the three terms is appearing here as input, and we need separate demodulators to extract each of these terms separately. Baseband signal is there, we want baseband low pass filter which is tuned to this frequency where we added these two signals, which is going to get back our summation of ML of t and MR of t. And another base band pass filter tuned to 38 kilohertz will give us this one DSP-AC signal, second term. And narrow band, because it is called narrow band because its frequency is 19 kilohertz less than 38, which is going to give us K2 pi FCT. Then again they are going to double here and multiplying here with this 38 kilohertz. So here you can see the dotted line, it is going to indicate the coherent detection we are doing here to get back our difference of ML of t and MR of t. Here once again coherent detection already we learned, that experience you can add here as a part of your answer. Transmitter olaga DSP signal generation in ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತೀರ ಅದನ್ನ explain ಮಾಡ್ರಿ along with the general expression whatever I told so far. And receiver olaga try to elaborate coherent detection, already you learned it. Rest of the things you can see here, you are getting back ML of t plus MR of t, ML of t minus MR of t. Again you are doing matrixer as you did in the transmitter. Okay, so to get back our these things to ML of t and to MR of t. Again further things, if you want only ML of t and MR of t, you can put divided by 2 block on both sides, you will get our left and right signal separately. So this is all about FM stereo multiplexing and demultiplexing. So FM stereo multiplexing with the transmitter and receiver. So next one, today we want to discuss super heterodyne receiver, also known as super head receiver. So irrespective of whether you are doing the amplitude modulation or frequency modulation, no. So receiver has to do some important things. It has to do the demodulation, first one. So ನೀವು AMR ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ರಿ ಅಥವಾ frequency modulation ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ರಿ. Receiver side, it has to do the demodulation of incoming modulated signal along with the following 3 important tasks. First one is along the demodulation, it has to do 3 tasks here. First one is a carrier frequency tuning. Means what? To select the desired signal. Because we are sending too many signals to the receiver, and at the receiver side we are getting more than one signal. In that case, which one we have to choose? Whether, for example, if you want to choose particular station of a radio or television, with the remote you are changing the channel numbers. No? So here the carrier frequency tuning is happening because each channel tuned to different particular frequency. Next one, it has to do the filtering to separate the message signal which is mixed with this carrier. We have to separate it. Then if possible we will have to amplify it because that signal has traveled a long distance and undergone the loss of signal power. We have to compensate for that one. We have to increase its power. We have to boost its power by using pre and post amplifier blocks. Okay. So our super heterodyne receiver is very well versed with doing the first 2 things. First one is carrier frequency tuning. It will do it effectively, and also it will do the separation of message signal. So this can be done by using the mixer here. Here you can see the block diagram is there. Mixer, you can think of it as the main heart of this super heterodyne receiver. So super heterodyne receiver means what we are doing. We are trying to mix RF signal and locally generated oscillation signal to generate intermediate frequency signal. That is the only main job of the mixer. Listen here, all of you, carefully. The main heart of the super heterodyne receiver is this mixer. What it is doing is that it is simply mixing the radio frequency signal, incoming radio frequency signal. That radio frequency signal could be AM or FM. AM signal range I have given here from 535 to 1605 kilohertz. That will be received by the receiving antenna, and it will be effectively received by RF tuning and amplifier. RF tuning and it is tuned to receive the AM signal, particular frequency. If you are sending receiving FM signal, it should be tuned from in this range only. Then only we are able to receive the FM signal. Then if it is possible, we can amplify it based on the loss of power. Then here we are getting the RF signal that is mixed with the locally generated oscillator signal. So what is the main job of mixer here is that it will generate FRF plus FLO or minus FLO, depending on whether the carrier frequency is more or less than that of the local oscillator signal. For AM, I have written here it is 455 kilohertz, and for FM it is higher in terms of megahertz, that is 10.1 megahertz. So like that, accordingly we are getting FRO plus FLO or FRO minus FLO, depending on whether the carrier frequency is higher or lower than that of the local oscillator frequency. So this what we are doing, and it is called intermediate frequency. Means what we are doing here is that, all of you listen here carefully, very important point. This mixer, by doing this, generating this intermediate frequency, what mixer is doing is that it is directly converting your incoming AM or FM or RF signal into such a signal whose frequency is neither related to the carrier frequency, incoming carrier frequency, nor related with local oscillator frequency. Means it is less than the incoming carrier frequency, but more than local oscillator or message signal frequency. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಗೂ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. So that's why it is known as intermediate frequency signal. This is a very key point that we are looking into your answer. You have to tell like this. And this it is doing effectively even without disturbing sidebands. So that is the main job of mixer. Are you getting this one? Mixer, what it is doing, in simple words to you understand, it is simply converting your incoming RF signal into an intermediate signal having the frequency neither related to the high frequency carrier signal nor related with message or local oscillator signal. This it is doing without affecting the positions or properties of the sidebands, preserving the all properties of the sidebands. Then next what we are doing, it will be given as input to the multi-stage IF amplifier. Here you will be getting many stages of intermediate amplifiers are there. That is mainly we are doing for automatic gain control. Here you can see this block is there, automatic gain control samantha now ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. Then we are getting the detector. In case of AM we are using envelope detector. In case of FM we are using discriminator or balanced modulator. Here it is known as automatic frequency control. It is coming into picture in case of FM is there. Automatic gain control it is coming into picture if it is AM is there. Like that, after detection of your AM using envelope detector or FM using discriminator AM detect modem munde AGC coming into picture, FM detect modem munde AFC coming into picture. After that, you are getting the treated output and low pass filter. If possible, any loss was there, it will be amplified. Message signal will be amplified. Got power amplified. Then you are going to get the reception of the signal. For your understanding, I will be taking here one superhead for AM with NOP detector. Antenna is going to receive your AM signal in the range from 535 kilowatts to 1605 kilowatts. Then RF section, which will be consisting of RF tuning, which will be tuned to receive this AM modulated signal in this range. And also it will be followed by the amplifier to increase the or to compensate for the loss of power during the transmission of the signal. Then mixer will be there as usual. Here the dotted lines are there. I want to tell about this. So whatever the dotted lines are there here, you are observing. The capacitors only it has been shown. Don't show it the inductances. Capacitance of the RF tuning circuit, RF tuning amplifier, mixer, and local oscillator. All are synchronized. So if you tune the frequency of RF section, equivalently it will be tuned for mixer and also for the local oscillator proportionally. That's what is known as a ganged common tuning. Ganged tuning or common tuning. Ganged capacitors antu karitaru. So now AM signal will be tuned, it is going to receive it in the RF section, amplified it to compensate for the loss of power. Then we are getting RF signal in that in terms of AM signal. Sorry. So in the next, the following mixer block is there, where capacitor is already tuned proportionally as it has been done in case of RF section. Then it will be mixed with locally generated oscillator signal, which is also proportionally tuned when already you tuned during RF section. Both are combined to generate intermediate signal, frequency signal, IF signal. How it will be generated, I already told. It is going to generate two kinds of signals, RF plus local oscillator or RF minus local oscillator, depending on how RF is larger or smaller than that of the FLO, without or with preserving the all properties of the side effects. Then later we will be having IF section, where we will be having a series of amplifier stages. Then we will be having the envelope detector with the proper automatic gain control. Then we will be having audio amplifier. Message signal is got amplified. Message signal got amplified. And we are going to listen. So one more important thing, as you are observing here, image interference I have shown here. So this one. So one thing, a mixer of course it is going to generate FRO plus FLO or FRO minus FLO. Means there is a variation of plus or minus FLO. That is going to generate an interference, certain kind of a noise. Image interference it is called. Okay. The name it is given, image interference. It has got some different background, but some interference or noise will be generated because of this. As the difference between RF and LO will increase, then we will start getting more interference here. That can be avoided. That's why we will be having here more stages of amplifiers in case of IF section. That is going to remove that interference, almost to nullify that one. Then we are able to detect our message signal efficiently. So in case of FM, we take for example FM. Now this is with respect to AM I have explained. Similarly, you can explain superaudio and receiver With respect to FM, suppose if you are going to receive the FM signal in the range from 88 MHz to 108 MHz, again RF section is tuned to that frequency range along with the mixer and local oscillator. RF section is going to receive that FM signal effectively for which it is tuned. If possible, it is going to amplify it for the possible compensating for the loss of signal power during its transmission. Here we will be getting RF signal in terms of FM, which will be mixed with a locally generated oscillating signal, which are properly gang tuned. Their capacitors are gang tuned. Now the local oscillator signal will be different as we have used. Now it will be 10.1 MHz. AM signal is 455 kHz. Now it is FM signal we are dealing. Now it is the local oscillator signal will be 10.1 MHz. But now, by the definition of FM, we all learned that message is transmitted as a variation of instantaneous frequency of carrier with its amplitude fixed. We know this one basically. Means frequency of the carrier is varied, not its amplitude, according to the message signal amplitudes. But this carrier frequency variation results into some noise. That is, we need some, because the frequency of the carrier is varying in accordance with the amplitude variation of the message signal. We cannot have the control over the amplitude variation of the message signal. Then we cannot have the control over the frequency variation of the carrier signal. Means how directly or indirectly we will have the control over the amplitude variation of the message signal. We somehow have to suppress it. Otherwise, it will result into a noise. So that can be removed in case of IF section. Image interference bandittu. Again, that we removed in case of IF section only by having the cascade section of the amplifiers. Here also we are getting similar problem. That is called amplitude variation. Because of the amplitude variation of the message signal in terms of the frequency variation of the carrier signal. That can be removed in case of IF section here also by clipping the modulated wave in the IF. And whatever the output we are getting, resulting rectangular wave is rounded off, approximated by band pass filter to suppress the further harmonics of the carrier's frequency. So IF section now one clipping circuit one band pass filter that is going to take care of amplitude variations, which are resulting into the drastic frequency variations in the frequency modulated wave, resulting into the noise. So such kind of noise will be removed by using amplitude limiter in the IF section. Amplitude limiter one clipping circuit on the band pass filter. Okay, so in this way we will get a sinusoidal wave with amplitude independent of carrier amplitude at the receiver. Then further it will be here we are using the discriminator, balanced discriminator for FM signal to extract our message signal. Then it will be amplified to hear the signal. So this all about exhaustively we discussed about the separated time receiver with respect to both how we are going to get a. So AM signal receive madamunda e frequency range olagirutte RF section should be tuned to this range. All are gang tuned, the mixer and also local oscillator. Local oscillator is now tuned to 455 kHz. Now mixer will convert your RF signal into IF signal with preserving the properties of sidebands. Then we are getting two problems. In case of AM, we are getting image interference that will be solved in case of IF section, and in case of FM, we are getting a drastic variation in the amplitude of a carrier signal, because amplitude of carrier signal should not vary. We want to keep it constant. And also it's the drastic variation we are observing in case of frequency because of instantaneous amplitude variation of the message signal. that can be avoided by using the amplitude limiter in IF section. So here we are getting the difference here. AM iddaga, you can see the frequency range of RF and local oscillator sections are different than that of the FM. Problems are also different. In case of AM, we got image interference. In case of FM, we got amplitude noise. AM naga detector annular predictor irutte. FM naga balanced discriminator we are using. These are the 3 or 4 main point differences we are getting when you are going to receive AM and FM with the help of super and receiver. Okay guys, now I would like to conclude here. So in the next session we are going to discuss in detail about different methods of demodulation of FM. Just now we have seen detector part, balanced discriminator or PLL we are using to detect the our message signal using FM demodulation. 2 methods are there that I am going to discuss in the next video session. Anybody want to ask anything?